Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Idle Heroes account. We have some PvP shenanigans to do today to make use of this lovely new copy that I have acquired. Stun immunity, twine immunity. I had a completely normal calm reaction whenever I pulled this in my previous video. You see we have 169 million attack. Quite nice. We're going to swap ourselves over in terms of all of our equipment here so that we can be as speedy as possible for whenever we do our PvP stuffs and things. We're going to remove crit damage because we don't do much critting in our PvP business, although I actually might swap this to holy damage. I think that'll be good. We lost some attack, but that is quite all right, I do reckon. So we have a PvP setup ready to go. We're going to go into Sword Edge Arena, and we're just going to look at people who are about equal power. I'm going to hope that Girl Power does not have an energy artifact on the Williams. They do not, which is nice. So this is looking like an optimistic battle so far. For those who don't know, SSM triggers his destiny and therefore most of his damage upon receiving attacks. So that's why it looks like he doesn't even act and then the team just melts. It's quite funny how it works. So we'll head on over here. We'll go here. When taking damage from active skills, we'll actually just read this one, the Nirvana version. When taking damage from active skills or basic attacks in the state of Star Ascending, that's the blue one. If self has 6 or more layers, deals 2,000% of attack to frontline enemies. If self has 12 or more layers, consumes 12 layers to inflict extra damage equal to 50% of their max HP and increases self attack by 10% until the battle ends. When in the state of Star Descending instead, that's the yellow form. If self has 6 or more layers, deals 1,200% attack damage to backline enemies. If self has 12 or more layers, consumes 12 of them to deal extra 1,200% of attack damage to all enemies with a 50% chance to inflict 1,200% attack more, which can be inflicted up to 4 times. And that is just the final skill. We also have all of these. Deals extra damage equal to 8% of the target's max HP, reduces a target's attack, deals 2,000% attack damage to all enemies 1 time, and increases self all damage dealt by 15% for 2 rounds. Now keep in mind, at 6 layers, he will not he won't consume layers. So he gets an active skill. That's why it's important that he attacks first. And then every time he takes a hit from an active skill or basic attack, he triggers all of those skills, which is insane. It makes him an absolutely brutal hero. The catch, though, is that his destiny doesn't trigger when he's controlled, hence why the double immunity on him is absolutely huge. I don't care for block too much, but CI offset is rather funny because one, you might be aware that he taunts, so he can be used in a bit of a support role here if we want to taunt. He's also my largest HP hero by a long shot, so maybe taunting would save my other heroes from taking damage. And also over here, we have a 50% chance to stun with every destiny trigger, so that could be a bit silly if we need him to CC sometimes. So a bit funny there. So we'll head back into Sword Edge. Coca and Vlado. I think we'll go for Vlado just because it looks like a scarier opponent. And we like scary enemies. So we'll head on in. We are faster, which is very nice. I think I'm rocking 3 Snow Hearts in this particular lineup. Vlado also probably not rocking a very sincere lineup because it has LFA. I could be mistaken there. But LFA in a PvP team tends not to be the greatest choice of all time. But as you can see, we're just racking up absolute crazy amounts of damage. Shine is rather deadly and requires a specific setup for me to actually beat. This one looks like a very cool battle, actually, so we'll check this one out. Long-ish load time, so maybe there are some interesting events that occur. Their IEA gets an active skill and just absolutely brutalizes me, which feels a bit bad. TBB attacks, triggering the SSM. Quite nice. We have perceptual disorder, but that's not going to matter too much for me because, again, our damage occurs whenever we take hits. So SSM is the counterattack lord. So perceptual disorder, not going to interact with the fight outcome a whole bunch. And I believe he also accumulates destiny layers, whether or not he has perceptual disorder. So we're just sitting pretty. Love SSM. As long as he is faster and gets an active skill, um, he is one of the best PvP heroes in the game in terms of the raw DPS perspective. Quite nice. Quite nice. We have a deific torch on that Melissa. It's not going to do enough. IEA doing crazy damage. We'll go for this one now. Full S tier team, but the stun immunity here is going to help immensely against that Norton Hag and the Wukong. We are able to outspeed, which is nice. Full taunts. Oh, craziness. And if we had been stunned there, we wouldn't have triggered any of our destiny, and we would have just taken the fattest L of our entire lifetime. This team, I don't want to go against because I think the Williams is going to be rocking an energy artifact, and I think that means we lose. I also am scared of the Holy Flame on the Melissa. We'll give it a shot just to see how it goes. Yeah, so we lost all of our energy because of the Roseheart Fanatic Williams, and therefore we don't accumulate any Destiny layers, which just turns this into a very bad time for us, really. I do like all the taunts, so Gaggy just kind of just eating up all of the enemy skills, which is positively hilarious, and even sparing us the IEA nuke, which is hilarious, really. We're going to lose anyway, though. We didn't have enough time for SSM to accumulate his destiny, and so we took a loss there. So Williams is a rather hard counter to SSM, as is a team of 5 Snowhearts, which I believe this person is rocking. 4 or 5. Regardless, it was enough that we didn't get an active skill, and so we just don't do our damage. And therefore, SSM is just kind of useless on this here team, which rather unfortunate. Rather unfortunate indeed. The Gaggy dies, but it is too little too late, I'm afraid. So we did take an L there. Unfortunate, but it was not unexpected. We'll give this one a try. About equal power to myself, or to me. Should be, I think, okay. SSM dealing some wicked damage. Not enough. Sag. I'm not a fan of this suicide. Yeah, we're just not even going to touch that one. Not going to touch. Fish guy we can go for. We get put up at least one position here, so that'll be cool. All my heroes die, but the fight is not over yet. SSM is a bit of a solo carry hero, uh, given his absolutely wicked Destiny skills. Yeah, there you go. Right? It's positively comical. We'll go for this one now, I think. Give it a shot. We've got 2 taunts. They're going to be removed instantly by the Melissa, but that is quite all right. I wish the Gaggy weren't taunted. We got the freeze there, which is kind of funny. We are triggering Destiny skills, and we're, yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate. We'll go against the SSTVB. Why not? Why not? We do have 1 stun on my team, but still looking pretty good. This is a very fast enemy, which is unfortunate for me. But our damage is still rocking pretty well. There goes the IEA, which, yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate. That is an S Starwing Jara. I have not seen one of those pretty much friggin' ever. Oh, no, wrong resource. Wow, that would have been bad. So this is definitely a cool team to go up against. I reckon we'll lose. Yeah, that's not looking good. Oh, I lied. We won. Victory. Haha. SSM. Excellent. Idle S. We'll try this. S-Pat tends not to be SSM's favorite hero to go up against, but we'll give it a shot. I do rather enjoy the stun immunity roll because IHP does a special Transcendence version of stuns. So it's very nice when SSM doesn't have to take that. I reckon his Melissa is going to be stronger, so this kind of sucks. Yep, makes me sad all the time. Sadness. Sadness that was. I'll give this one a shot. I'm hoping the Williams did not have energy. Good, looking good. Optimistic start. We've got tons of taunts going out. And it doesn't look like we have a Melissa to remove those, so we do appreciate that. Gaggy's so funny. And with each counter, he does remove some armor from the enemies, so that helps a fair bit. Looking optimistic for me so far. IEA active skill, and everybody dies. No! Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I'll go for this one again, just hoping. Oh, there we go. The SQH gave SSM enough energy. I just hope we get to attack it all now because they are rocking a lot of speed. There we go. And we don't care that we got dodged either because, again, we do our damage with counters. And counters are not dodgeable. So we do not mind that at all. We do mind this, though. That looks like an absolutely inordinate amount of damage, and we can't live. Rather grim. Rather grim. I think I've hit just about where my limit is. Too many strong people above me. We'll try this fight one more time. And then we'll head over to another mode. Decent damage from SSM there. He does deal... His fighting works a little bit differently whenever he's in the back line, and sometimes it is just especially good when that works out. I'm not sure what caused him the extra damage after he got his attack there. But regardless, I didn't like it very much. We'll try this. We're going to go away from the preset, and we're going to use a backline SSM and see if that gives us a little bit better of an expected result. I don't believe that frontline SSM would have won this. The dodge also, whenever he does his active skill, they can dodge the Rift Infliction, which just keeps him to a singular or to his initial 2 Rift targets, so he just chases 1 fewer hero, which is unfortunate. Yeah, not looking good here, unfortunately. Oh, well. What can you do? What can you do? We'll head on into Ethereal Realm now, I reckon. We'll go for Luop, and then we'll head into Ethereal Realm. There's Arena. Faster, which is nice. We like to see that. Dealing no damage whatsoever, which is not nice. But we'll just get the attribute reductions to flip at some point, and then we'll be back to our happy damage dealing selves. Just enjoying stripping the armor with every single Chaos Bound Spirit Gaggy counter, which feels quite nice. We got some taunts out. Very good. Gaggy's been very interesting. What was that? Oh my god, dude, I hate this. I hate suicide damage so much. So much. We'll go for this one. There's a divine power gap, but the actual power difference is not too high, so I think SSM can overcome that. I do believe. A singular taunt going out, but that's aight. Dealing some crazy damage. Feels good. DTV, not going to be enough. And there we go. Oh, a little bit of an interesting thing there. That was very weird, but hey, it worked out. I think we're going to try for the number 2 spot. I want to go against that Morax guy. There is Renville. I tend to do better with SSM in the back line against him, but we'll try front line, and then if I lose, I will just go ahead and rematch and do a backline fight. The IEA died, which plummets my damage for this round at least. Hoping my IEA also dies soon. And there goes everybody. Yeah, that was unhealthy. Unhealthy indeed. So if we find him again, there we go. We're just going to go out of here, and we'll use this setup instead. I should have put the Gaggy in there. But what? Wait. This is frontline still. Frontline still. I tossed. That was an accidental toss. Accidental toss. We need to do backline. There he is. Okay. Bam. Pow. And then this will be that. I reckon we win now. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep on BMing then until we get a win. It's a scary team. There he is. That dove is so yucky. What is going on? I think Gaggy's too tanky. We need him to die because he's my fire guy. My God, come on. Wait, I know what I can do. I can just go in here. That's the stuff we like to see from backline SSM. Much better. Much better outcome. We have one person above me who I can beat probably, and that's that number 2 guy. So let us search for him. There he is. Full S tier team, but that is not going to matter, I'm afraid. So we'll just lock this one in. And then I believe this will put me in 2nd place, which is nice. And then I'll be immediately thrown back. But regardless, no stuns for me. Quite good. Quite nice. Love it. Love it. I love my role that I have. Absolutely in love with the double immunity. We'll head on into Hollow now. Yeah, we're not going to do that one, that's for sure. Fix LDA. I can get down with that. SSM's backline, which was a bit of an accident on my end. I did not mean to have him there. I tend to prefer frontline. But regardless, we'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. Looking good so far. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Very nice. Solid. That puts me max depth for this horde. Excellent. Anywhere else I can do PvP? I can do here. Friends list. I know there are a few strong people on this here line. Here's Dreamkeeper. Quite powerful. Quite powerful indeed. But it is an LFA team, so there's only so much you can really do when you're using LFA in PvP. It just doesn't tend to work out for you very much. So I'm at a definite advantage here just because the hero lineup on my end is stronger than this one. But regardless, power is semi-comparable, so figure it's not too one-sided of a matchup. I will be getting rid of the Gaggy very soon in favor of Star Alchemist Holmes. I think he will just be more useful overall for the account, I'm sad to say. And we only need Gaggy for the suicide passive skill so that we can lay the burns out against Void Boss 6. What I do for Void Boss 6 is I run MFG, Gaggy dies, and then that lays burn onto the boss and allows MFG core to be used. And then DGN is free to nuke. With Balance Strike, I can use Balance Strike because of the Queen's Glass, the hero token treasure that grants Rangers 15% dodge. So 15% of the time, DGN will just not get hit by the initial attack, allowing Balance Strike to be used against that boss, which is quite nice. It adds to the damage rather significantly. So we do love that. We do. Still 11th in Void Campaign, which is rather nice. What's not rather nice is this. Yeah. And then I think in all the clears I've seen, people had the max dodge Star Soul, which just not good. I could be mistaken. Actually, the face cleared it using his wizardry. I'm not too sure exactly if he had the maxed dodge one or not. Um, I'll have to ask. I'm not sure. But as of right now, I don't think there's a way that I clear this. Um, just, I don't have enough. Well, with this one I would, but I run around 130 with the PvE setup rather. But regardless, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that is. Bye bye.